All right. This week, we are beginning our last unit in first grade. It is called Together We Can. That's our big idea. The whole time we're going to be talking about Together We Can. The big idea says, how does teamwork help us? And this little poem by Constance A. Karim says, together. Together is better, whatever we do. You get so much more done when someone helps you. If someone is lonely and not having fun, just ask them to play. Two is better than one. And books sound much better when shared with a friend. Together is better, beginning to end. Now, this is a fun song that I love. Excellent. I love that song. We're going to listen to it a lot. Hopefully, we will be able to do it together, maybe on a Google Meet when we meet. So it's very important. It's a great thing. And in life, we have to work together. So it's important that we find ways that we can do that. Our weekly concept for the week is taking action. How can we work together to make our lives better? You can see in the picture, it says make it happen. Look at all of these people. They are coming together and they are painting a beautiful mural together that their community will appreciate and enjoy.
Taking action. How can we work together to make our lives better? When many of us work together, we can tackle big jobs and improve our environment. These kids are working together to keep the park safe for everyone to use and enjoy. When there's a big job to be done and each person takes a small part, the job can be done quickly. Helping each other on a project can be fun too. These children are fixing the net on a basketball hoop so they can play a game. Working together as a team can make our lives better every day.
All right. Now we are going to read a fun story that I absolutely love. It is called The Cat's Bell. As we go through and listen to the story, I want you to think about the different problems that the mice face, and I want you to think about how they solved those problems. I want you to think about how the mice helped each other, and I want you to think about what was the biggest problem in the story.
The Cat's Bell, based on a fable by Aesop. How can mice work together to keep a cat away? A hungry little mouse peeked out of her hole. Her tummy rumbled. She could see a table loaded with good things to eat. The people in her house had finished dinner. "Look at all the lovely leftovers," she squeaked. The other mice sniffed and sighed. They were hungry too. "So much yummy food," said the little mouse's friend. "And we can't have any. It's not fair." The hungry little mouse nodded. The food was there, but so was Max, the cat. He was looking at the mouse hole and swishing his tail back and forth. Her tummy rumbled again. "I'm going to get supper," she said. "Don't go," squeaked her friend. "You could get hurt." "We have to do something about the cat then," said the first little mouse. "But what can we do?" asked her friend. The other mice were listening to them. "We need to find a dog to chase Max away," one said. "That's silly," said another. "Where are we going to find a dog? Besides, what if the dog chases us too? We can't risk that." "Let's just wait until he goes outside," said a timid mouse. "But he could sneak back in," said an older mouse. "That's the trouble. We never know when he's coming." Soon the mice were in the middle of a big conflict. One mouse after another shouted out ideas about what to do. Each mouse tried to shout louder than the others. The first little mouse couldn't stand the noise. She put her paws over her ears.
Okay, before we move on for a second, some words I wanted to talk about. Conflict. The word conflict, if you look at the picture, you can definitely see that they don't look happy with each other. They look like they're fighting and arguing. That's what conflict is. Conflict is when there isn't agreements going on between people.
Then the little mouse had an idea. "Noise! That's the solution!" she shouted, taking her paws from her ears. "Max sneaks up on us because he's so quiet. If we hear him coming, we can run away safely." The other mice nodded. "What we need to do," said the first mouse, "is put a bell on the cat." All the mice jumped up and down in excitement. They twirled their tails and clapped their paws. "What a wonderful idea!" Then a wise old mouse spoke up. "Yes," he said, "it's a good idea. But let me ask you this. Who will bell the cat?" The mice stopped clapping. They looked at each other. Who would take such a risk and put a bell on the cat? "Not me," said one, and another, and another. "You do it." "No, you." They pushed and shouted at each other. None of the mice wanted to get close to the cat. Another argument was starting. "Stop!" cried the little mouse. "There's no need to quarrel. We must all work together." The mice got quiet and shifted their feet. "I know where there's a bell," said the timid mouse. "It's in the children's room." "When Max goes outside, I'll get the bell," offered a strong mouse. "I can find a ribbon," said the little mouse's friend. "We'll string the bell on the ribbon," said 3 young mice. "And we'll put it where the people will find it with a note that says, 'For Max,'" said 2 grown-up mice. Early the next morning, all the mice were watching when the people came into the kitchen for breakfast. "Oh, look at the pretty ribbon with the bell," said the woman. "And it's for Max." She quickly tied it on Max. He looked very silly as he ran to hide, the bell jingling with every step. All the little mice were thrilled. They couldn't wait for the people to finish breakfast so the mice could have theirs.
All right. So remember, on the Google form, you're going to be answering some questions about the story. How did the mice help each other? What was the problem in the story? And what solved the problem?